Good morning, everybody. We know last in the previous classes we already familiar with the limit of a sequence and we solved some problems on limit of a sequence. In this session, we discuss about the limit point of a sequence. Limit point of a sequence. Limit of point of a sequence nothing but a number, real number actually. A number here is said to be limit point of sequence x if every neighborhood n1 of L is such that xn belongs to n1 comma for infinitely many values for n belongs to capital N. A number L is said to be limit point of sequence x if every neighborhood of n1 of L belongs to S such that xn belongs to n1 for infinitely many values for n belongs to n. That is, for any epsilon greater than 0, xn belongs to the open interval n minus m plus epsilon. For infinitely many values of n belongs to n. That is, suppose if L is equal to xn for infinitely many values, then L is limit point of sequence x. So this is that for infinitely many values of n, we already know that every convergence sequence is a unique element, only single bit. The neighborhood of that convergence limit is said to be a limit point of a sequence. If suppose example xn is equal to 1 by n, then limit n tends to infinity is 0. It implies that 0 is the only limit point of sequence x. For infinite series, 0 is the only limit point of sequence x. There are two theorems, but we already know that one. Just I quote here the theorems. Just remember the theorems we already proved. So theorem 1 is a necessary and sufficient condition for the convergence of a real sequence is that it is bounded and has unique limit. Here proof is not required, just a statement. A necessary and sufficient condition for the convergence of real sequences, it is bounded. That means I will prove the theorem. Every convergent sequence is bounded, and also the bounded should be sequence has unique limit. So theorem 2, a sequence having a unique limit, a sequence having unique limit point is divergent if it is unbounded. These two theorems are important for limit point of sequence. There is a unique limit point is divergent. If it is divergent, it should be unbounded. If it is convergent, it should be bounded in a limit point of a sequence. Today we know about limit point of a sequence and also certain theorems, two theorems or certain conditions for limit point of a sequence. Thank you.